Awesome. Well, welcome back to the Sola San Diego podcast. I'm Andrew here with Haley.
Hello.
We have our guests today, Lisa and Libby.
Hi. So excited.
Hello.
Yes. Libby is an esthetician over at our Claremont location. She's been with us for over 2 years now. She's an esthetician and she is the wax queen.
That's right.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
The space is amazing.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
So we might have forgot to say that Lisa and Libby are sisters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they work together.
Yeah.
We do.
So I guess first and foremost, we just kind of want to know like what that working relationship is like, because obviously you guys are really close.
Very. Yeah.
We are. We've always been really close. Lisa's 2.5 years older.
Or she has to throw that
We look like twins, but we are not.
in. Yeah, start with the age.
You really
things.
do.
We always wanted to work together. We're both super creative. No, but we are creative people. But we struggled for a long time in our careers. We didn't really have like financial success or stability until
No stability.
a few years ago, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Lisa is a fashion designer, has a degree in design, and I have a degree in theater also. So before I went to beauty school, I was working in the arts. And so we just really struggled for a long time. And then sort of during the pandemic, we started to work together, and Lisa heads up all the back end for my education. So she does websites, graphics, curriculum, all of that for my teaching, which we started teaching during the pandemic. We call it The Secrets of Estheticians. So that's been about, I guess, a 2.5 year journey. And it has been fantastic, actually. It was like the one good thing that came out of the pandemic was a little side gig for Lisa and I to help other people and make some money. So when I'm not in the wax room waxing or teaching, I'm working on the website or helping students. We have 4 main classes that we do, in-person classes, which we've also done here at this beautiful creative space. And then Lisa heads all the back of that as like her second gig job.
What's your first gig job?
Right now, I'm a flooring consultant and,
wow.
and
Awesome.
paint for interiors. So
Perfect.
I can make your house beautiful.
Please do. That's awesome. So you guys started at Sola during the pandemic, correct? Like, tell me about a little bit.
Yeah, so I worked at a really dumpy salon when I first started because I had no clientele, and I was still working at my other salon. So I had an agreement with my old salon that I could stay there as long as I didn't tell any clients, which I did not. And then I started at the dumpy salon in PB, just like completely from scratch, like no clients. Okay, I'm here. And I did that for about 1.5 years till I had enough clientele to move over to Sola. Thank God. I wanted a more upscale space, and I wanted a more professional space and a clean space, which Sola is super clean and has beautiful bathrooms and waiting rooms, and all those things matter when, obviously when you're working on people's skin and hair and body.
Sure.
So I luckily signed a lease right before the pandemic.
Like what, days before?
Yeah, days before. And we're super grateful because Sola was really, really good to us. During the pandemic, we didn't have to worry about paying anything back or paying any rent, which was one of the few landlords or spaces in the industry that I know that did that, because everyone I was talking to all over the country, because I've got friends all over the country, hairstylists and makeup artists friends, and esthetician friends, and Sola just saved us because it was the one bill we didn't have to pay, and that we knew when it was over I would be able to, go back and start working again. So
we did not tell her to say this, by the way.
no, I was not.
This is a true story.
It's a true story.
It is.
So, that was like the one thing that was like kept us going was, okay, well, I don't have to pay rent there, so we don't have to worry about that bill.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Where all my friends were taking out huge loans, and what are we going to do? And long talks on the phone, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Is it better? Is it better? When are we going to work?
Yeah.
So, and we just love Sola. We love everything about it.
We appreciate you guys. We love you as well.
Yeah, it's just like really nice to be able to, run your business with other like-minded people and have that community, because that's one thing that people kind of like don't want, I think, when they go out on their own, is to be like, especially estheticians, and be like some dark little hole where you're not talking to anyone. Like,
Right.
They throw you in the back room. Yeah.
Especially being at Claremont, like tell us a little bit about the community there. Like, I know this is such a fun group.
It is. Hairstylists are little wild, which is so fun. We love hairstylists. We actually come from a family of hairstylists. Our grandma was a
Really?
hairstylist, and
That's
our
a
aunt was a
creativeness
hairstylist.
coming.
So we kind of grew up in the salon space. Everybody's just really nice. Like, people help each other. Oh, are you out of 4N? Oh, I've got foils. Or, everyone really helps each other with everything. Like, I was having problems with one of my licenses, and Jason and Eric were like, oh, we'll find it for you. And I was like, oh, could you send that to me again? Send it again. Like, they're just, everyone's really helpful.
Yeah.
And it's not like a competitive atmosphere at all. Everyone's like family, we fight like family. And, we just really get along, and we pass each other clients. We send each other clients. I don't do everything. So I send, services that I don't do to other estheticians, and they do the same. So, I mean, it really is like a nice salon family, and it's just a fun place to come in. People are in a good mood. You can bring their dogs.
Yeah.
So
Dogs are so cute.
yeah, and it's just like a really friendly space, and it's like I said, like, it's super clean and super professional, and clients want that. That feel, and so do
Definitely.
service providers. Like, my old salon was such a dump. I was always trying to clean it up. It's like, you can't clean dirt.
You guys really are such a fun group when we like stalk all your Instagram stories and like see you guys hanging out in the break room and like playing with the dogs and stuff.
Oh yeah, we have a dog birthday party this week. Chief's third birthday. So
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
so cute. What did he get for his birthday?
I'm gonna give him a steak. So
Oh, wow.
I need to get that by then.
Dang, I don't even get steak.
Yeah, we see each other like outside the salon and stuff. A lot of people like work out together.
Yeah.
I don't, but a lot of people work out together, and like not just like go to hair shows together and stuff, but like some really
It's like a true like family over there for
Yeah.
sure. Every time I walk in the doors, it's like
You guys are
everyone's
hanging out.
smiling, hanging out,
Yeah.
saying what's up, and it's just a great place.
we like when you guys come by. It's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I know.
We love having happy hours with you guys.
Yes. When you guys bring the carts through for happy hour, that's the best.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
been a while,
mimosas
it's the
for
holidays,
all.
though,
Yep.
so, yeah, we might have to invite you, Lisa, for the next card.
I'll be there.
She just has to chair outside Libby's room. I know.
You're like, I'm just here, in the little like common area of the spa area. I love that.
I can be your hostess.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about yourself, Lisa. Like, I know you guys work together
Yeah.
as being sisters. Do you guys have any like funny stories about when you first started?
gosh.
You guys live together, correct?
We also live together,
Wow.
I know,
Yeah.
which sounds
I
like
love that.
We never thought we'd live together, and then
I made her join me.
I was like living at this place, and like the neighbors next door were partying all night. I mean, all night. I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
She saved me.
Yeah.
We are
So
like
you went across the street and started partying with them, right?
exactly right.
If I can't sleep,
We
I guess
are
I'm gonna
like
go across.
we are like complete opposites when
Complete
you take
opposites. Personalities.
take us away from each other.
Yeah, who's the
Yes.
type A? Who's the
I'm A.
you're A.
I'm B.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love that. Yeah. You guys,
But we balance each other really nicely. Like, she's a little bit more like impulsive, a go, go, go. And I'm a little bit like, wait, let's figure it out. Let's look in the details, da, 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 da. And
Sure.
it's a really nice balance. And I think that's why it works.
Yeah, definitely. And we
Yeah.
have like the same goals in mind for like our classes and
Definitely.
students. So
Love that.
we just love helping, because my whole thing is I worked for other people for 18 years before I went on my own. That's like my whole my elevator pitch is you don't have to work for people forever, but don't do it for 18 years.
Yep.
I just never saw like a way out of that, because if you don't have a list of clients that you can take with you, which is what most people do when they go work for someone else, you have to find these clients. And so for a long time I was like, well, I don't have any clients. And I didn't have any clients. And then I was like, oh, well, social media is bringing people clients, and it's like a whole new world now. People don't have to go work. The motto used to be you had to go work for someone for like, I don't know, let's just say 3 to 5 years, and
Climb the ladder.
Yeah, and just write your little name in the book, and then hope they follow you, and leave the salon in the middle of the night and be like, thank you, and like it doesn't have to be done like that. People come right out of beauty school and like open a business, which I think they're really brave. I personally wouldn't do that. I don't suggest that, because you have no experience behind your hands. But you don't have to work for someone for 18 years, which I was miserable working for other people, especially my last job. I was doing like 20 Brazilians a day. I'd come home at night and just fall asleep on the couch. I was making, and I tell this story, it's just making minimum wage and 20% and 10% on products. And like, I was not making it in San Diego. Like I was like struggling, and then, you know, pretending like, oh, it's great. Yeah. You know, and I was in a great zip code in San Diego, very high end place, but I was making no money, and that gets old after a while and not appreciated, and working nights, weekends, and holidays all the time. I just had like no life. And I was like, oh my God, I'm too old to go on my own. And then I was like, nope. I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I'm over 40. So like, there's a place for everyone, you know? And so I think that's just part of Lisa and I's mission, is to help people in our classes like be self-sufficient and be able to go work, you know, in a Sola.
Awesome. Yeah.
And people sometimes don't really see a way to it, especially estheticians or hairstylists. And I see this in our group, our Facebook group, and I tell them, you can go work 1 or 2 days at a Sola for someone like me, you know, do your own thing, rent our room for 1 or 2 days and just start. And that's what you have, you know, it's an amazing way to keep whatever jobs you have and just start 1 day a week. Like you will have, then you'll have,
you can sublease and share.
Absolutely. Like that's basically what I did. I shared a room for 1.5 years, you know, this dirty little dingy room in PB. But I was grateful because it was all I could afford, and all I wanted to do was pay my rent. I just like, because I had another job, so it was just like, if I paid my rent and I got a client that day, I knew it would multiply, you know? And so I tell people, like, just find a Sola, person on Sola that doesn't work on Sundays, and start working, you know? You will be amazed about how, when you ask people for referrals and help, like how you can get the ball rolling. And just like social media is like, you know, obviously an amazing place because you can get clients like you never used to.
How'd you get your social media following? I know you have like, is it 20 something thousand?
You know,
and you're like, oh, you know, that old thing. Oh, that old thing.
No. It's not.
You're in the 30s now?
No. You know, it's a funny story. So I started social media. I started like in 2014 or something like that. So it was a little bit easier than it was now.
On Instagram?
Yeah. And so that was a long time ago.
Honestly.
22 and a half.
But it's not as fancy.
Close.
It's not as like amazing as people think it is. I mean, I used to do a ton of makeup, and I did a lot of models, so they were half naked. So people want to look at half naked girls, like sex sells. So a lot of my followers,
unfortunately, true.
A lot of my followers are people just looking, which is fine. But a lot of girls and friends of mine really have gained their clientele all from social media. Kelly Baker, who's a brow queen in LA, she used to get every 5 clients a day from social media. So, you know, I always tell people, like, show your before and after work, show your space, show the products you use, show do's and don'ts, show about myths, like, and mostly just people showing up as yourself, like, and showing your work and your space, you know, you will get people following you, and you will get clientele, you know, and tag, you know, using your tags, and, you know, San Diego hairstylist, those types of things are just so important. And it doesn't have to be like this big show and dance. It can just be you in your space. Like,
for sure.
People like
people want to come to you if they see you, like you're all over your Instagram stories, like almost every day. Like if a potential client is looking at that, like she's like, I know exactly, he or she knows exactly who that is, who is going to be doing the services. A lot of people just show the before and afters, and I'm like, you gotta push like your space, where these people are coming to your services. Who are you? And like, sell yourself. And I feel like you do that so well.
Yeah, your presence on social media is great.
Thank you. I try.
And so funny.
This is the drama coming out.
This is the bachelors of drama coming out. I do like to try and make it funny, because like our life is just so funny, and what we do is so funny. And so sometimes, and so just like showing your space. I think people want to know what it looks like. I've had people walk in my salon suite, and they're like, oh, I feel like I've already been here, because they've seen it. So like, oh, okay, awesome. I know it's pink. I know it looks like a dorm room, like, you know, whatever. And so, you know, just showing who you are. But I mean, the people, I have tons of friends in San Diego, estheticians that only have a couple thousand followers, and they're making 6 figures, and it's not a big number on their Instagram. So I would say, don't even look at that number. I know it looks kind of, and it's fun. Like, I'm not lying. It's fun when I get a new follower, it goes up a little. But like, you know, I have a lot of esthetician and hairstylist friends. They're all doing 6 figures or more, and they don't have a huge Instagram following. But, you know, I don't need 20,000 followers, right? You need, like, if you do the math and you know how many clients you need every week and every month, then, you know, it's probably around 200 if you're a waxer, you know, that's
Yeah.
what you need. You don't need 20,000. You need those solid clients that are going to
Solid
keep
people.
coming back,
Yeah.
that are going to be rebooking, and that are going to, you know, write reviews and tell people about you. So I like to break down that number.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 figures is only $300 a day, so around.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah, it
and
seems like you guys are really business savvy as well. Are you
Where
guys?
did that come from?
Are you guys doing? Lisa, are you doing a lot of the back end numbers? Or
I do, yeah.
What's the dynamic?
I don't know. I just have this Virgo rising that makes me want to analyze like all the details
Yeah.
and all the numbers.
Yeah.
Hi,
Some might
Virgo.
say we're crazy, but
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, they don't. I just find it fascinating, and I'm just so motivated. Like, I feel like we've wanted this our whole lives, like, and it's kind of a miracle it happened because we've tried so many.
we've had so many jobs. One time we were driving
Oh,
home
God.
to Ventura, where our family is from. It was like for Thanksgiving or something, and we're like, how many jobs have we had? Remember when I quit that job where I was selling art out of the car, and like Lisa was selling art out of her car
You
one
were-
time.
Where were you, an OB?
Should have been.
I mean, we've had so many wacky jobs trying to fit like a creative person into a non-creative world that
Yeah, our heart is in the secrets of estheticians for that reason. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many different ways to make money now, especially in our
Yeah.
industry. I mean, there's estheticians that, you know, they're making money by doing virtual consultations and selling product. Like, there's just so much you can do now. So we like people to like be able to like open their, and there's enough business for everyone, right? Every person you
It
see
is.
is like a potential client.
yeah.
So, you know, the old school thinking was, oh, there's only so many clients, you know, and we're going to run out of clients. Like, it's not oil. Like, every person you see is a potential
oil.
client,
Yes,
you know?
it is.
And so you think about, like I said, like how many clients do you need a month to make whatever numbers you want to make? And you break that down, and it's really not that scary. I don't know how.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, I handle the numbers.
Yeah,
The finances.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got to
She's the
split it up
speaking.
a certain way. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, you got to do it.
Who talks who off of more ledges?
oh gosh, that's such a great question.
Is
I
it
feel
even?
like I do.
Yeah, I think you do. I think after COVID, after she had to talk me off the ledge every single day, she's kind of
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you
Come
can
down
get
to
through
it.
that, you can get through anything. And it's funny because
Seriously.
clients will be like, well, how long were you closed for? And I'm like, well, in California, in Southern California, where we were like, I think it was about 7 months that we could not work. And so that I had one client say, oh, well, that's not that bad. And like, usually I just really keep everything up and happy and woo. And I was like, I had my breaking point. Well, that's not that bad. And I was like, I remember I was waxing her and I'm like, 7 months of no income. It was bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You
easy.
better be careful when you're waxing. Yeah.
I know, huh? It's
No, a
easy.
little bit, a
It's
little bit
easy.
extra there.
It's crazy. It's easy to look back now and be like, oh, we got through it. But going through it was hell. And so I feel like if you can get through that, any hairstylist, esthetician, makeup artist, manicurist, massage therapist, business owner, bar owner, gym owner, whatever, if you got through that, you can get through anything. Because we
Serious.
literally didn't know if it was going to be 2 years till we could work. And so many people had to close. So I think we're just grateful to be open. Every day we're grateful to be open and we have clients,
Yes.
you know, and
Yeah.
people are always like, are you busy? You slow? We don't care. We just want to be open and available to do our job after not being able to do it for 7 months. So
Yeah.
nothing can really be as bad as
As that was.
that was.
For sure. Like you made it through the thick of it right there.
Yes.
Yeah. I know we're kind of running a little low on time, but talk a little bit about the classes you've taught here at the Creative Space. I know we have people that are like interested and they're like, how does it work? So kind of tell us a little
So
bit about that.
great.
It's
So
an amazing opportunity. This is another reason why I love Sola is having the space available. You don't, it's nothing extra. You just reserve it and it's beautiful and you can do whatever you like, teach whatever you like, bring in people.
yeah,
That's what we did.
So we do private classes for waxing. And so our last class, which we did here, was amazing. We had people fly in from all over the country.
Yeah.
Well, mostly on the West Coast, but we had people come in for a hands-on waxing class, all-day waxing class.
Yep.
And so the space is beautiful. There's tons of light.
Yeah.
And there's tons of room, and so it really lends its space for
Yeah.
classes. So
Yeah.
you reserve the space, and you can educate whatever you do, or if you know, you wanted to do a seminar on XYZ, it's available for people that rent with Sola, and it's awesome. It's beautiful. And, you know, when you want to get into education, it costs a lot of money to rent a space like this. Like, this would
It's
be a
big. It's
lot of
huge.
money. And you want
Yeah.
a space, like I said, that's clean and professional and all that. Like, students want that, and they're spending a lot of money to come to you. And, you know, it's really nice to be able to do that and not have that extra cost, because that's
Yeah.
like
For sure.
thousands to
Yeah.
rent a room at a hotel.
And if you ever are interested, if you are listening and you are interested in booking the creative space, all you have to do is text me, Andrew, and I just throw you on the calendar and you're
Yeah.
good to go. Like, it's
That's
that
easy.
it's
Yeah.
really that easy, and there's no other really a lot of hoops to jump through there. Okay, we're out of time. guys, I think.
Wait, I have one more question, because you guys have I feel like we came in here with a plan on what to ask you, and we just kind of like went every other way because you guys were like so cool and like inspiring.
For sure, for
But,
sure.
like, what are your plans for the future? Like, you guys have so much
Yeah.
going on right now. Like, yeah.
Well, so we have, in addition to Kiss and Makeup Now, which is my name of my space at Sola, where I do mostly waxing and Brazilians and brows and teaching. We do have a Facebook group called the Secrets of Estheticians, which is a group that we started during COVID also. Then that's for hairstylists, estheticians, makeup artists, and beauty school students. So that's where we spend most of our time answering questions, helping people. There's a big bunch of moderators, and there's amazing people in the industry that are in the group, like Kelly Baker, like some really big names, which is nice because you can ask these people questions and they'll get back to you.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's really where we have that's where we have a lot of people. We have 45,000 people in that group.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
And you started out during COVID. That's like 2 years, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
It's crazy.
how'd you guys get to that?
I don't know.
Grace of God,
grace of
honestly.
Well, I think because it's a group that is for hairstylists, estheticians, makeup artists, and beauty
big,
school, so we're open to 4 different modalities in the industry. So a lot of them are like, no, hair only. So
Yeah.
because so many people that are hairstylists also wax, and there's a lot of crossover, and I always like to bridge the gap between the two, because we love hairstylists. I mean, we're cuckoo for hairstylists, and you guys know they're so fun.
really are.
And so, you know, working together. So that's where we like promote other educators that we like also, and small businesses and
Yeah.
product lines that we think are really good. So we spend a lot of time in there. We have 4 online classes. We have an intimate waxing class, intimate lightening class, a Brazilian waxing class, a roller waxing class, and then a class on how I grew my clientele from Groupon. So those are our 4 online classes. And then we do classes here, and at Sola, like private classes. And then we have a big summit coming up.
Next year,
my
spring.
gosh.
Yeah.
Where we're doing.
Where are you guys going?
We're not going anywhere.
There's someone right here. This is the destination. San
We're
Diego.
doing an online Brazilian, this is the first time we've talked about it, waxing summit with 4 different educators, and we're showing like Brazilians on men and sugar wax and just different things that people haven't seen to educate, which is going to be like 4 or 5 educators. It'll be super reasonable. It's going to be all online, so people don't have to go anywhere. So we're working on that, or Lisa's working on that.
How can people find that to
They can-
sign up through that?
If you go to secretsofestheticians.com and it says Waxing Summit, you can sign up for
Perfect.
more information.
Love that.
Yeah, so we've got some really great estheticians that educate all over the country. And so we're super excited for that because, like I said, like our big thing is there's enough business for everyone. Everyone you see is a potential client.
Yes.
You know? And there's more than one
Definitely.
way to do things. So we like to
Yes.
teach our way, but there's also a million other ways.
Yeah. Oh,
Love it.
that's awesome.
And what is your Instagram that people can follow?
We have 2, Libbey Lazarus, and then Secrets of Estheticians.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you guys. We'll have to do a part 2. I mean,
Yeah.
so much to chat.
Anytime.
Seriously.
This was so
I'd love
fun.
to.
This was so much fun.
I'd love to.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
guys so much
anytime.
for joining, and we appreciate you guys. As
Yeah.
always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Hit that follow button on Spotify and Apple Podcast, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.